One Piece chapter 1156 has just given us so many new agendas, and I'm here to talk about the ones that stuck out to me. So we start off the chapter with the Kuja pirates, and we see Prime Empress Gloriosa, also known as Granny Neon in the future. And of course, everyone is captivated by her beauty. This is the Kuja pirate empress we're talking about. That's when it surprised me and Gloriosa when Tritoma, future empress of Amazon Lily, actually pointed out, Gloriosa, there's a fan pal bigger than yours. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the empress order goes from Gloriosa to Shaki, to Tritoma, to Boa. And I have seen people theorizing that Tritoma is Luffy's mom, but I honestly disagree with it. I think I just gotta see some more similarities first. Like, Luffy has to get his eyes from somewhere, right? And then Roger comes out of nowhere saying, yo, hold on, we need a lady from your ship. And apparently they've been trying to get her, but they always failed. And I just can't help but notice how similar Roger looks to Ace and Shanks in these panels. And then we get introduced to the best girl in One Piece. Like, I think she's actually top 0. I don't see anyone else beating her. Lady Shakuyaku. And Oda has just been killing it with the designs lately because she is very beautiful indeed. I can see why she became an empress. And here's where the agenda becomes real fun. Shakuyaku one-shots Roger. Yes, the king of the pirates. He's a simp. Now, this could mean many things. This could either be Roger downscale, because is he even the pirate king anymore? Are we gonna call him Gold D Roger or Goon D Roger? But this could mean another thing. Could this be Sanji upscale? I mean, it just looks like more strong characters are getting enveloped with the power of love. So maybe there is something for Sanji there. He's also my favorite character, so yes, I am coping. But we also got Rayleigh upscale. Rayleigh was the only one on the crew who didn't give in to the temptations. I mean, he did look a little surprised when Shaki flinched at him, but can we say Rayleigh is the Sigma male of the crew? I mean, it's probably the reason he bagged Shaki in the first place. She was probably like, oh, this is the only guy on the crew who's not a total simp, so that's probably why he got the play in the first place. But moving on to some slander, Gloriosa seems to be lovesick with Roger. Then Roger's just like, move, I don't want anything to do with you. But that's when we see a Navy ship pull in, and it's Monkey D Garp. And we finally see Garp and Roger clash. Garp uses a meteor fist, and Roger uses a thing called Arimitama. But here's where the agenda got interesting for me. You see, when they clash, it looks like Roger slices Garp a little, but Garp didn't take that much damage. But on the other hand, you see Garp's attack go straight to Roger's face, and you see Roger in more visible discomfort than Garp. I mean, Garp just looks locked in. So from the way I read it, it seemed to me that Garp actually won this clash. So I don't know what Oda is doing with Roger, but it looks like his stocks are just slowly going down. Sure, we got a little more characterization for him, but I think we just need a really good Roger chapter, and it's gonna flip everyone's mind, because we know Oda, he can flip our perspectives in just a few panels. So I just really hope that Roger gets his shine, because he is the king of the pirates at the end of the day, so I think it is wrong to slander him. He's not a fraud yet, but he's on fraud watch. There is another thing I found very interesting in this panel though, because it says right here, Roger, Garp, and Rocks, 3 who would be spoken of as legends in the Great Pirate Era. You know whose name wasn't mentioned? Whitebeard. So could this be some Whitebeard downscale? Is this the story telling us that Whitebeard wasn't on the same level as Garp? Because Garp was included. Now we go to Elbaf, and there's just more reason to love Ida now. She's taking care of a child who isn't even hers, but she's just so heartwarming, bro. One of the best mothers in the series for sure. And even though Loki pushes her away and calls her an old hag, I think their relationship is going to grow in the future, which is another reason that I believe that Ida could actually be Mosa, because the bartender we saw with Shanks and Colin, she isn't Ida, so I think a lot of people just assumed that she was dead, and that could very well be a possibility. But I believe she might actually be alive and she's just in hiding, because she was running a bar in the underworld, right? So what if she has connections in there? She could have been involved in some shady business, who knows? But I think she's still alive. And then we go to Hachinosu, and we see another sick design. This guy named Kyo the Hitman pulls up, and we learn that he's actually Silver Axe. He blows 2 holes in Hachinosu's skull, which are the little eye sockets we see today. And what's very interesting is that it says that he's Shiki's rival. Just how many top tiers are we getting now? So is this guy supposedly on the level of Roger too? And it just makes me wonder how many people are on that level that we just don't know about, because One Piece is truly becoming more and more title based, and the agendas keep skyrocketing, bro. There's just so many, I don't know what to keep track of, but I actually love it. I love agenda piece. And then we see the goat Rocks, and he's like, yo, there's 2 devil fruits I'm after, and Harold needs to eat one of them. So that's very interesting. I'm thinking one of the devil fruits is the Yami Yami no Mi, but I really am stuck on what the second one could be. I don't know, it could be the Opi Opi no Mi, it could be like the Gumma Gumma no Mi, it could be like the Quake fruit, we don't know. But then we get some Captain John dialogue, and he's like, yo, we need the Galilea people too, right? And then Big Mom also talks about the frozen giants. So at this point, I'm just wondering, does Rocks know the true history of the world? Because if he's this strategic about things, and he knows Harold needs to eat this devil fruit, and he knows about the frozen giants and everything, I really do believe he knows about the One Piece and the true history about the world. It would also explain how he knew where Emu was and why he's like, I'll be back, because he probably learned something about Emu once he saw her. And instead of being like Roger where he's like, oh, we can't do anything now, we need to wait for the next generation, maybe he just said fuck it. Even if this is what fate says, I'm going to try and change it. I could honestly see Rox doing something like that. I think it would be completely in character for him. And just once again, this man is just proving why he's the GOAT. I just really don't see a character who can even compete with him. And his crew is just insane. Kaido is the literal chore boy of the crew. He's like, why don't we just force Harold into working with us? But it looks like there's something about Harold that Rox just really likes, probably because of their clash. But he just kicks Kaido. He's like, no, come on, what are you doing? And then we get the full Rox crew. There's this guy with Nika hair. Freaking Strussen's here. Captain John is looking clean. And we also see this dude who looks like that fishman named Aladdin, who's like Jinbei's friend. And Rox is like, follow me, I'll take you all to the world summit. But overall, a very agenda-filled chapter. We got Woman upscale, we got Roger downscale, we got Whitebeard downscale, we got like Sanji upscale. Oh my goodness. Strusen upscale. Come on, bro. This is why I live for the One Piece community. Seeing new agendas like this, it just makes my heart go joyful. And I'm hyped for the next chapter, bro. I need God Valley right now. And I just can't wait how many agendas are going to be in that. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you later.